E aí, galera do All Blue, beleza com vocês? Vamos agora fazer a primeira leitura do capítulo 362 de Hunter x Hunter, certo? A gente tá com essa problemática dos capítulos chegarem bem antes em inglês, então eu preciso fazer a primeira leitura em inglês, certinho? Vou estar lendo aqui pela Mangá Stream e é isso aí. Vamos embora porque a análise completa, vocês sabem que vai chegar ainda hoje para vocês. Ah, e vamos lá. O navio baleia tá navegando aí. One of the most difficult traits to deal with of parasite types are the fact that their movements can't be read. There are many parasite types that use someone's residual thought energy to attack to a host. Then, by borrowing that host aura, they are summoned. Because of that, the host character and what they're thinking or feeling end up having influence in the parasite. E é isso que eu fico, caralho, velho, o Hackenberg confrontando o seu pai, né, na sub. Not to mention that even though these beings are almost always not even close to human form, the parasite is still ultimately born and raised out of the mixture of one human's thoughts and the thoughts of the host as well, created a tangled complex life form. Are you also wondering if the prince should really choose to not participate in this war according to his personality? Of course, there are many of the princes whose personalities would rather avoid a war, Hackenberg. But from the first to the 50 princes, none of them are the kind of people that would willingly withdraw from a situation like this. So then the real fight begins. After all, the princes have returned from the ceremony. Caralho, véi. How about forming an alliance between you and me? Eita, you're rather straight to the point. It's a clear-cut and simple point to make, after all. Tyson, the 6th prince, Luzur, the 7th, and Sail the 8th, all have no desire to fight this out, and Hakenbug, the 9th, isn't participating. From Kachu, the 10th, and down, they're far too young and have no real power or connections, which essentially makes this a survival match between the top 5, furthermore. The top 3 are far too ugly, arrogant, greedy, consumed by luxury and excess. Galera, they should all be purged. In the regard, we are quite in agreement. Well, then I'll see you next Sunday. Right. Se tiver uma próxima segunda, né? That is uma próxima domingo. If you're still alive by then. Ó, caralho, velho. Por causa dele ou de outros, né? Olha a besta. Doido. Meu irmão, esses monstros que o Togashi desenha me deixam perturbadaço, velho. E aí na sub, o rei fala: The guardian spirit beast born from the pot, all are imbued with the same rune-like instincts. First, spirit beasts may not kill one another. 2. Spirit beasts may not directly attack a human whom another spirit beast is protecting. These are self-controlling instincts needed of them beasts that will guard the future king. Beasts with nothing but claws and fangs will soon be destroyed. Hui! The same is true for humans. In political and military strategies, indirect actions are essential. Those that are unable to find and act upon the weakness of their opponents are simply mediocre at best. The era of warring chiefs, my ancestor, who was the leader of a small country which was liable to be assimilated by the countries around, created the pot. His children, who were deemed worthy of his country, were made to fight for its unification, and this is what built up its present day's foundation. The spirit beasts whom excel in providing back and support to attach themselves to a king who overflows with the ability of foresight and careful deep planning. This is the magnificent destiny of the Huigo Row family. On this ark, which has been loaded with 2,000 friends, they should be able to cut through to their heart's content. 200,000. Caralho, velho. Olha as bestas, velho. Isso do top 5, né? Until one blast chose one remains. City de agulha. How will you explain this to Sandrich? There are phantom beasts crawling all about the ordinary humans can't see, so don't leave your room. How about that? That's full of taboo words. For example, ordinary is the one word that you absolutely cannot say to the prince. Can't see also carries a nuance implying that there's something that the prince can do, so it's also allowed. Besides, phantom beast is liable to drive the prince's curiosity through the roof. Saying don't leave your room is pretty much the same as saying get out. I can do it, I just leave it to you. If I explained it to him, he will undoubtedly ask me about the name. The problem is, if honestly answer and tell him about the abilities, he will most certainly want to acquire them. Well, we're not the only that can use name. He has private army, so can't you just tell him that their powers you have to be born with? What? Man, it must be good to be you. Hey, no matter how dumb I am, even I can't tell when I'm being made fun of. All of the prince's bodyguards have already ended up hearing the word parasite type named beast or the emergency channel. They can't exactly not inform the princes about that, can they? So then we can just say it's a special kind of beast that was born with name powers. All the princes, do you actually think that all of the prince's bodyguards are going to come up with the same convenient explanation that match yours? To Prince Senderich, it will seem like a complete unknown power, so he'll surely use all the strength and ability he has to gather all the information he can, as will the other princes. If we're not extremely careful with our lies, he will figure it out, and then it will be too late to try to fix it. So then we'll end up in a situation where the prince won't stop until he gets name power for himself. Yes! What are you getting so mad for? I'm mad we're still talking about this instead of what we were before. Thanks to your moronic interruptions, we got totally derailed. So then why don't you teach him then? If you do that, at least you can take some kinds of precautions. What is it that you're worried about especially? The prince's potential to use it for evil, right? I mean, what would you really happen if that dude, oops, don't tell me I called him that, if the prince actually acquired the name, that dude, the prince will retire. If the prince acquiring name is inevitable, then how about, for instance, we have him train in his exact opposing name type, or maybe having him learn some completely useless ability? I'd love to hear more about that. For now, would you gather all the bodyguards together? Yes, sir. Since our only choice seems to be simply diminish his name capabilities. Without a doubt, you asking everyone soon. Is there any one of your bodyguards that can use name abilities? When that time comes, if you raise your hand, things should just naturally flow towards the outcome. All bodyguards assemble in front of the entrance to Area 4. Well, it's already time. My example was a bit extreme, but I'm sure you'll be able to make something work out. Not only can you lower the effectiveness of his training by a substantial amount, but you'll also be buying time. I can tell you don't think this is the best option, but you also know it's better than our present situation. If the prince is just going to get someone else to study under, then you're better off training him yourself. You'll be guiding and teaching him, and even if just a little, you might be able to change him towards a better direction. I can absolutely assure you that on this boat, the only person capable of doing that is you, Teta. That's not fair. No, Teta é a mulher. That's not fair. Well, seriously, do you think I'll be capable of doing it? It's really must be good to be you. You actually sound sincere there for a minute. Shut up. But yeah, sir, I understood. It's just as Sarkov says, I don't have any other choice. An evil mind will create evil men. If one of the other princes learns his name first and attacks Senderich with that power, then his own power will weaken. If Prince Senderich were to gain name abilities that way, just think about it, give me goosebumps. The only one that can stop him is me, Teta. Don't look. Teta. I see. There is a guardian beast behind my back, and although he is my ally, I'm unable to directly command it. This is name power. Does it take time to acquire it? Yes. Caralho, esse negócio dos príncipes aprenderem nem nessa viagem. Yes, I roughly estimate to be able to see it would take almost an entire year. Then I ain't interested. Just like I originally planned, I'll go to Bepa first. With strange powers entering the fray, things may reach a stalemate. But if their princes and their soldiers above me don't have any knowledge or information about men, then I suddenly find myself standing at the very top. One of your organization members will stay by my side at all times in shifts. If any other name beasts appear, I want you to report all the actions and movements to me. Peraí, o que foi que os seguranças do Tsenderich viram? Pareceu que foi esse outro príncipe aqui, mas não foi ele não. Ele tá na sala dele. E aqui já tem outro príncipe, né? If the oath ceremony is the cause, then that means all of the other princes have name beasts attached to them as well. I think my name beast should look like an angel. How do they really look? Well, if I had to pick, I'd say they were closer to fairies. Oh, like, for real? I had no idea fairies were even an option. My mind is totally blown. Besides, I think fairies are like so much more me, don't you? But what is that thing behind her that's all of them? I'm sure my fairies are feeling this ship all full with love. I think the princess might be more like a cherub than a fairy. I know exactly what you mean. You're making me blush. Her face when she's blushing, so cute. Porra, e não revela o monstro dela. Tá rolando uma balada aí pra um dos príncipes, velho. Cheio de mulher gata. Uma delas é DJ. Ah, that's it, perfect. You better party your fucking brains out today. Got that? That succession war can choke on my dick. Fuck that shit. Hell yeah. O cara tá na prostituição. What is this? What's happened here? Caralho. Well, the trump cards makes an appearance. You heard the emergency channel earlier, didn't you? Ainda bem que é a besta do Tsenderich. Caralho. No one here knew that the word name beast means. What about you? Do you know anything about it? I was naive. Caralho, véi. Of all people, he's the only person that absolutely cannot be allowed to master Nen. Yes, it's a word that has to do with a special kind of ability. Oh, as I expect of my little Teta. By chance, are you able to use this power yourself as well? Yes, sir. I have no choice. I can use it. Que pariu, esse Tsenderich, que é o alvo de curar, porque é muito a maldade latente, velho, que a Teta sente. Cara, que do caralho, velho. Hunter x Hunter é muito foda. Vamos analisar essa porra direitinho, galera. Vocês não perdem por esperar, ainda hoje.